morning. So I have just been chilling in bed, and my husband brought me coffee, and I've just been answering messages that I've been getting, and I haven't really put too much out there yet. And on Facebook, only 2 people know besides like Mom. And we've been looking at houses. Okay, we looked at a house. We saw it yesterday, and the thing is so outdated, but has so much good potential. And so we're kind of getting excited, and hopefully something comes through, but I don't know. And what's funny is, like, I don't know if people believe in signs, but like the countertops in the kitchen are orange. No kidding, orange. But then everything is like this deep brown color throughout the halls. And I was like, oh, all of that has to be painted white. And then we found out it's a foreclosure home. But not only is it a foreclosure home, it is a VA owned home. And I was like, wow. So we'll see. I'm hoping everything goes good. I'm sure it will. It's our credit that's the issue, and we're still trying to work on it. And I got so many different stories that this house buying thing can, if you don't have perfect credit, can be hard. It's awful. Like, we had Lending Tree set us up with a company to, my hand, help fix our credit. Even though, you know, I spent so much money fixing it, it's not fixed, because according to this person, they don't fall off. Once it's in bad standing, it'll stay there for 1 to 3 years. Or maybe he said 3 to 7. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's go with that. I think he said on some of them it might take a year for it to impact my credit from negative to positive. And like, I just felt so discouraged. And then he's like, well, we don't work in Oregon, so I couldn't help you. But he gave me some advice, and he goes, try making a good faith letter, and asking them to remove them. And so I wrote one company so far. No, I've wrote a couple companies. And so we'll see how that goes. I emailed them. Not every company can be emailed. And I paid off Harry Ritchie's, which is my wedding ring and stuff. So yeah. So everything's starting to trickle off, but so I got like really discouraged, wanted to give up, and I got off the phone and I realized DS Water was one of the first people I called, because it was like the lowest balance. And so I started with the little ones first. And there's no DS Water on my credit score anymore. Like, the accounts, it's not listed under bad, it's not listed under good, it's not there. And then 10 minutes after I got off the phone with this guy, I got a notice on Credit Karma that our First Premier was removed from our credit. So if this stays on for 7 years, how is it still there? Or not there? And so, like, Interpath, it's gone. And so it makes no sense to me. And I think it was just false information. And we have someone working, and she said my combined scores were way different than he gave me. Way different than what Gisa gave me. She said your combined score for mortgage is 600. Your husband's is, I think it was like 586 or something. I don't remember offhand. And so, yeah, I'm like kind of excited, and we kind of worked with a realtor, and I think we might stay with them. I don't know. And there's like, and he made a good point. I said, you know, I'm the practicalist one. Like, I walk through here and there's stuff that needs to be done, and there are a few things that need to be done before we move in. And so I said, I see dollar signs, and I need to make sure that I can fix this stuff. Like painting, I can throw a tarp over stuff and paint. Not a big issue to me. Oh, my ear. There's a difference in stuff I want to fix and stuff that needs to be fixed. Like, they had animals, and I'm pretty sure they used the house as a bathroom. So it smells really bad. So the carpet and probably what's the thing that's called under it? A carpet pad or whatever needs to be replaced. Never laid carpet. I don't know how to do that. But most places you buy carpet from have free installation. And so that is something that needs to be done. Because I couldn't live in the house like that. There's this like little shop outside. It has a door, like a garage door, and we talked about having Mom stay there after getting it, you know, fully done, because it has power to it already, and it has this old-timey wood burning stove with the little discs on it. It's adorable. It would be something I would want to keep in there, but they have baseboard heaters. I'd like those taken out, but that isn't something that has to be done. It's something I would like to be done. It does have a basement, and it is done. So you walk down the basement, and I don't like the stairs. They're really tiny. I swear they're only like that. There's not a lot of footing, and getting furniture down there, because what it looks like is a bonus family room, and then so you get off the stairs and immediately to your right is a pantry. Well, that seems silly because there are so many cabinets in that kitchen, but I could be wrong, and there is a blatant temperature difference. So then trying to think of what else. Oh, and then there's a room, and then there's I think Anthony said 3/4 bathroom. And then, so it's got this long room, and it's got a fireplace. And then there's a fireplace on the first floor. And so, I mean, I don't know. Anthony wants to make it into our room, but I think that's silly, because that's a lot of work. I hate when my phone doesn't see my face. And I kind of wish I had taken you guys along, but I'm still not fully comfortable doing that kind of stuff. But I think if we look at another house, that I would do it. The other one we wanted to look at, we just found out last night was sold. I kind of looked at a couple houses last night before I went to sleep. We're not opposed to moving to the next town over, the big town, Walla Walla. So, I don't know. Except for the house being dark, and paint, like I said, painting can be done later. Carpet needs to be pulled up, and there was one other thing. I forgot again. We were just talking about this yesterday. There is something else that has to be done before we move in. The carpet, and I don't remember. Yep, nope. It's gone. So, I don't know why my phone's not going off. And half the time I can't get it to unlock. It's gonna bug me if I don't remember. Okay, Google. Broadcast.
What's the message?
Hey, Anthony.
Okay, broadcasting now.
Sometimes it doesn't want to do it. Anyway, but I want to, it's got air conditioning because we haven't been in a house like that in forever. I don't remember. It's got washer and dryer in the little house on the outside. Sorry, tool shed. But it's really big. It would need a bathroom though. For Mom.
Did you get the coffee that I made for you?
Yeah, can you ask your dad what the two things were that needed to be done on that house before we moved in? It's got a shed. Like a little storage unit, like carport. It's really cute. And it has a huge backyard. Everything's dead. So we'd have to get a lawnmower. That would be something we would have to get because we don't have one of those.
Egress windows and all utilities, I think.
What?
Egress windows.
Oh yeah, there's windows in the basement that have to be fixed.
And all utilities.
All utilities isn't a thing, but anyway, so there's the state of Oregon has to have it's these wells around the windows that are in the basement, and so in case that there is a fire, a child can get out there. So the one in the basement
All
is
utilities tested.
oh no, tell him it was the carpet and something else. Was it the one? It might have been the windows. Anyway, the wells are not big enough for someone to get out of, and the windows need to be bigger.
The egress window downstairs.
Okay, so that was it? Okay. Anyway, so that one's not something we can do because that's not our forte. But I'm wondering if the storage downstairs could be converted into a room, because as it stands it's a 3-bedroom 3-bath. So there's a master room upstairs, there's one more bedroom, then there's a bathroom. I'm trying to think as I walk down the hall. Bathroom. Off to your left is the washer and dryer setup, which just sits right there. Bathroom, bedroom, and then obviously it's a master. And then downstairs, so you walk back down the hall, and then off to your right is built-in shelves, and I told Anthony that would be good for his D&D books and stuff. Fireplace, another huge set of, it's floor to ceiling. That was the opposite of what I said. Shelving. And then there's a big window sliding glass window and just a wall. Would be great if we could take that wall out, but then we lose quite a bit of the upper cabinets, and then the fridge is there, so it's not an actual able to do that. And the window is like just one glass pane, doesn't open, which doesn't bother me. It's got, what are those slats? Whatever you use, blinds right now. I was like, ugh, I would pull all that down and just have it open. Because I like that. It has a lot of the baseboard heaters, and we'd eventually want all of those gone. We'd have to get an electrician probably for that one. And then the kitchen, it has an L, so if you're looking at the kitchen, it has a pocket door. Oh my god, it has a pocket door. It's got a little place to eat at, but it's really, really small. So there's a built-in desk, and then cabinets, upper, lower, stove, built-in microwave, which had power to it, but we couldn't get the lights to flip on, so we all had to use our camera flashlights to go downstairs, and way different temperature, because Anthony wants to make that into the master down there. I was like, that's an awful big room for that. I was like, it could be the game room plus one of, you know, the boys' room kind of situation. I'm trying to think of what else. So there's the cabinets come out like this and then straight down, and there are just so many. They have cool, like, it's retro, like, I think painting them, and I told Anthony the orange counters, because he loves that about the house, that they could stay. But the very, very top one, you have to be almost 7 foot to mess with. But I walked in on the conversation. I think it would be good for, like, stuff like you use for holidays. Like, I have holiday plates. It would be good to put up with them, because I couldn't even touch the cabinet at all. But it lifts up this way, and not like, you know, a normal cabinet. And so the knobs would all have to be changed for me. Just little tweaks that can be made while we live there, and slowly. Anyway, I'm kind of excited, and I'm just so worried to let myself be excited, because I feel like the shoe always drops. But we'll see. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.